Welcome, friend. Welcome to Morrowind. Welcome, friends. Welcome back to Arkenthand and the Astrologians Guild. It's been a horrible little week out there, hasn't it? I've been largely distracted by Michael Darkness, Kid Mantis, and the fact that he rides around on his bicycle assembled from parts stolen from across the universe, doing a paper route and checking on houses to make sure the bad vibes haven't gotten in. Oh yeah, good stuff. I hope you're all okay. Let's have a look at what Nellengoth might want us to do next. I don't think I've asked that yet. And get involved in Morrowind for a bit. Hello, Nellengoth. Welcome, Syra. Were you here to talk about duties, or did you want to ask about advancement? I did want to talk about duties. I don't think we did advancement, didn't we? Yes. You meet our requirements, Syra, but you have not yet completed the duties expected of an explorer. I need someone to travel to Galum Dias and speak with the Grand Astromancer there, Marcolius de Paladin. He's within a small nearby cave you've uncovered, close to the observatory. You're to perform any duties he has, then report back here to me. The dwelling at Galum Dias is west and a bit south of Orvirith's grave, or far north and a bit east of Suran. This is a dangerous task, so take all the time you need to prepare. Galum Dias, huh? Okay. Well, I'll certainly think about that. As I recall, the mages want us to go and pester Manwe in Punnabi. And I think that's in the Foyada, isn't it? Leave Balmora going towards Fort Moonmoth to the east, cross the old Dwemer Bridge just north of the fort that leads into Molag Amur, go past the Dwemer Ruin, and follow the winding trail east until you reach a lake. You will see Marandus to your south. Head north from Marandus on the path between the hills. Punnabi will be on your right, and Sulapund is further up the path on the left. Just follow the signs to Molag Mar. Okay. I mean, we're at the Dwemer Ruin. So, let's have a look. See you later, folks. Moody out here today. It's the middle of the night or something. No, it's the very early morning. Okay, hang around for an hour. I've already bought just everything you have. Cliff races. So, okay, cross the bridge, follow the path. This looks at least weakly path-shaped. Yeah, scribby. I'm sorry, Gua. Nothing personal. Going by the minimap, I seem to be following a path. Diseased alert, huh? Where is this for reference? Miss Amcy. Cliff races. Many cliff races. There is a reason why Jib is a saint, you know. Another diseased alert. Well, I have plenty of potions of cure disease. He said to follow signs to more like Ma. This way. Are you diseased and hostile? No, you're just hostile. Sparkly lava. Looks just like molten bubblegum. Which doesn't sound much more appealing than lava, frankly. A Durzog. And what is this? Again, I'm not going to pop in, but I'm just trying to keep an eye on stuff so that... Sauron Ancestral Tomb. So there's at least a chance I have some vague memory of where it is. What I was going to say. I mean, who are we kidding? Myself. We're kidding myself. We're kidding myself? I'm kidding myself. These things get marked on the map. Well, they do. That's something. As I recall, and everything could be different because it was a long time ago and this thing is modded up the wazoo anyway, it was possible to basically pay Manwe's fees for her. Or maybe to tell her to get her to dodge quietly and then go back and just pretend you've killed her. I'm hoping that I remember correctly, because I certainly have no intention of killing her if I can avoid it. Charming. Right. Where were we? Heading this way, I guess. Okay. Sorry about that. Not that you should have noticed anything particular. I take it... Oh yeah, there's a path-like marking thing, I suppose. Hopefully. I don't have much confidence in my current direction. I'm rather thrown off by that delivery person. Okay. Guess that's okay though. Fingers crossed. If I remember correctly, it did say turn north from Marandus, didn't it? Yeah. North from Marandus. Oh, that's nice. Bouncy of me. Yeah. Oh, Scribby. I need to pet the Scribs mod. That would definitely improve my life. Oh, jeez. Frosty the Snowman. I'm not currently diseased. No, that's nice. Right, good. Follow the path north. This is north. That's Marandus. I checked on the map. Marandus. This is the path north. Don't think I need to religiously dispose of corpses, or even semi-religiously. Pretty sure that OpenMW can handle large save files, but even so, I'm sure it'll, if nothing else, it'll help make sure that things don't get too bloaty. Okay, Banavi. Let's see how this goes. I did just save, right? Right. And let's have some guar milk, because otherwise, undoubtedly, anyone prepared to talk to me will want to comment on how sickly I'm looking or how I'm close to death or something, because apparently that is the only thing that matters. Manwe?
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Nice to meet you. I don't believe I've seen a red guard with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you? Let's try persuading a bit first. Okay, maybe a little more. Excellent. Now that we know each other, Marandus wants me to kill you. Will you leave me alone if I give you the 2,000 septims? I cannot leave my research unattended. Yes, of course. Here, take the gold and leave me to my work. I would advise that you leave here now. We're engaged in very serious research here, and if you disturb my colleagues, they may not be very understanding. Well, I don't know why you're hiding out in a weird cave. But I didn't want to do you any harm to begin with. And with that warning, we're going to start getting fights if we poke around.
To say, Outlander?
No, I'm off. Have a nice time. Sorry about Rannis. So I'm just going to leave. That's a win, frankly. So, since we're so close, let's go and stick our nose into the... the Dunmer Stronghold of Marandus, if I can get past the wildlife, and see if it gets bitten off or just nibbled at. Very few Dunmer strongholds are even vaguely safe. Dreg? A dreg? Restore strength is a good thing to have some of. And that, well, that's excellent. I'm going to keep those two on me and hope I can make a potion if I need to. Do need to work on my alchemy a bit. Don't really want to waste the levels on it, but... we shall see. Well, the fact it's flying a Dunmer flag is a decent sign. It probably means it's not completely chock full of Dremora or anything. No, this is positively homely. I like what you've done with the place. You prepared to talk?
Come on, I haven't got all day to stand around and talk to you.
Hello, Tevin.
I don't know you. What do you want?
What can you tell me about cave rats, Tevin?
The cave rat is a subterranean variety of the hardy, abundant hunter-scavenger. Rat meat is tough and greasy with an unpleasant odor and taste. Nonetheless, it is cheap, abundant, and nutritious, and palatable when cooked in a stew and masked by strong spices.
Well, there's your recipe for the day, folks. Rat stew. Okay. Cool. Thanks. I don't feel right stealing from people out here in the middle of nowhere. I've got enough various meats and stuff. So, this the...
Speak, traveler.
That's the mate, so that's the propellant chamber over there. This is a nicely done up little gatepost. So, propellant chambers, and wow, have these been fancied up. Very jazzy, my friends. Propellant chambers are another means of fast travel around Vvardenfell. In addition to silt striders and boats and the Mages Guild and scrolls which will teleport you to temples and scrolls which will teleport you to imperial shrines, and when I remember to use it, that little oozid I have from Periite that lets me warp back to Pelagiad. Propellant chambers connect to... Each propellant chamber connects to two other propellant chambers. You have to have the special stone for the chamber you want to get to. There's 10 strongholds, I believe. You have to have all 10 stones to be able to get around freely. But they will get you between places that are quite tricky to get to otherwise. I've very rarely bothered actually trying to assemble all the propellant indices. That's what they're called, indices. You can trade all 10 out for a master propellant index kind of mega stone, which is a lot lighter and more convenient to carry around. You're rarely going to be at a convenient propellant chamber to begin with, but it is yet another way of zipping around Morrowind should the need appeal. And like I said, I like what they're doing with the particle effects. Very pretty. So yeah, that's propellant chambers. It's not impossible that I'll get around to collecting stuff, but I wouldn't wait for it. What's the score on Marandus? I see. That wasn't very friendly at all. Ruth, Risu, and Darrell. What's your problem? Well, more guar milk. Or some other potion. I do have some healing potions, as I remember. Yeah. Though I guess this is one of the strongholds where people aren't very friendly. Smugglers, culters, slavists. Culters? Vvardenfell, such a senseless waste of human life. Leaving anything good on your corpse. Tragic. Alright, stick my head upstairs, see if there's any revelations. Oh, that's just rude.
You will suffer greatly.
Are you sure? Why are you trying to fist fight me? Wasn't very advisable. Maybe you're some sort of monk or something? Were? Who knows? But, you know, just as in real life, if you're up against someone with armor and a big sword, just charging in and trying to punch them isn't the best policy. Like, humans use equipment for a reason, and that reason is that it's really good. Cool shirt. I love that. Veteran skirt. Interesting, but just outside the value thing and no comment on its extravagance. That is fairly valuable. Actually, I am going to take that just in case it is useful. Shard Slayer. No. Look, I left him his boots, okay? That's defetcher to you, sir. Oh, paralysis. Rude. Feel clamor of hewing. I heard some other nasty noise out there. An armored robe, huh? Pro tip, buddy. Let your ancestor ghost go in first, rather than getting in its way. Like, Ashlands in general are pretty unfriendly, but they're not typically just slay on sight. My magic is quite low. Interesting. Do I have a restore magicka? I do. I suppose a guar milk top-up isn't going to hurt. I am trying to be a little more aware of my situation between fights, so that I cause less of you horrifying moments where I'm just blithely ignoring how close to death I am. Despite how it may seem, my goal is not to actually cause horror or stress. Oh wow, that's useless. Talking of horror and stress. Still, I suppose it was only a 5-point lock. Still, why bother? Bargain restore fatigue. No, not going to bother. Not worth picking up. Too trash, even for me. Yeah, most Ashlanders aren't strictly kill on sight, so it does make me wonder what's going on here. If it is just a particularly clannish bunch of Ashlanders and I'm running around depopulating them for no good reason, then, you know, that's a shame. Oh well. Too bad. So sad. Bye-bye. And if not, I dare say we'll find out probably when we're in the basement. The Eye of the World. That a sort of sneaky Wheel of Time reference? Detect enchantment and fortify illusion. It's actually kind of handy. Might have to keep that around if the weight isn't too horrifying. Invisibility. It's also pretty nice. I'd rather have amulets, but you know, as these things go. I'll snag the magic arrows, because of course I will.
You Enwa!
I am not an Enwa, I am a free woman. Oh, I guess I am sort of invading at the moment. It's obvious I'm not welcome. Gem, slowed soap, shalk resin, pure poison. Probably just alchemist then. Ooh, Sithis. Sithis is the start of the house. Before him was nothing, but the foolish Altmer have names for and revere this nothing. That is because they are lazy slaves. Indeed, from the sermons, stasis asks merely for itself, which is nothing. Sithis sundered the nothing and mutated the parts, fashioning from them a myriad of possibilities. These ideas ebbed and flowed and faded away, and this is how it should have been. One idea, however, became jealous and did not want to die. Like the stasis, he wanted to last. This was the demon Anuiel, who made friends, and they called themselves the Aedra. They enslaved everything that Sithis had made, and created realms of everlasting imperfection. Thus are the Aedra the false gods, that is, illusion. So Sithis begat Lorcan and sent him to destroy the universe. Lorcan! Unstable mutant! Lorcan had found the Aedric weakness. While each rebel was, by their nature, immeasurable, they were, through jealousy and vanity, also separate from each other. They were also unwilling to go back to the nothing of before. So while they ruled their false dominions, Lorcan filled the void with a myriad of new ideas. These ideas were legion. Soon it seemed that Lorcan had a dominion of his own, with slaves and everlasting imperfections, and he seemed, for all the world, like an Aedra. Thus did he present himself as such to the demon Anuiel and the 8 givers, as a friend. Go unto the Shamat Dagoth as a friend. I Herma Mora Altadun Padhome Ilkan Ai. Interesting. So apparently they're cultists. Sithis, as anyone who's played any of the later Elder Scrolls game will know, is the dread father of nothingness and death that the Dark Brotherhood serve. Not the Black Alchemists, that's something completely different. Another lungware platter. You shouldn't have. Apprentice, 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 apprentice. With paper, you have to click it twice. Fey Falcon 2. Enchanting skill. Very nice. I'm not going to read this one. Appears to be gimped. I don't want to end up with 1,000 copies of it, so Let's just... Either we got a couple of copies or we didn't. And either is fine. We did, and that's fine. So yeah, the implication there is that this is a 6th house cult of some sort, and that Dagoth is a buddy of Lorcans and Sithises. Try saying that 6 times. We shall see. Yeah, I came this way, didn't I? Normal, I think. Silver dagger. Skooma. Sure, why not? Remember to drop it somewhere before I say anything. I do wonder whether Scamp chap, Creeper, objects to skooma. Sturgeon meat's heavy. It's heavy for just restore fatigue food. Decent showing, old bean. So Dres Nerethi. That's very pink. Very common. Tusk. Holy nuts. Ceremonial adamantium cuirass. Don't mind if I do. Major armor. Extra health, nice. What is my health at the moment? 93. Okay, I think it's worth keeping that for the minute. But keeping that in reserve to put on once my endurance gets a bit better and my health goes a bit higher. Because, yowzers, that is some very serious armor. And spot more milk, because I've been dicking around with my loadout. Let's just follow the bottom of the sweep, I suppose. Go up any further.
Die!
Sorry to renew. Steel Viper Scythe. I guess I'm starting to run out of weight. That's pretty good. Bad, but it's not quite. I mean, it's past 10 to 1, but it's hefty. I just opened that, didn't I? Realizations of acrobacy. Yeah, okay. Another broken book. big rat. Or maybe just a rat that was close. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Rats in the rearview mirror may appear farther than they seem. A hook. Tempting. Interesting clutter up here. That is worthless, right? Okay. Let's pop upstairs and see what's happening there.
You will die!
We will all die, my friend. The question really is when. And under what circumstances. I've already died quite a lot. Fortunately, dragon breaks. The upper level. People hostile up here? Thinking probably.
Okay, Outlander, but make it quick.
Fervin. I don't know you. What do you want? I'll get about your background. I am Vervin Athrin, Bard and Lawman of the Great House Redoran. What are you doing out here, then? I don't have a question to ask that. Blades? The Blades is a prestigious service order for citizens demonstrating the greatest loyalty to the Emperor. To be named the Blades by the Emperor is a great honor, and publicly acknowledged members serve openly in noble courts and diplomatic posts. Privately, many Blades members act as the Empire's intelligence agency. Such agents conceal themselves with secret identities, operating in disguise as couriers, observers, and spies throughout the Emperor. Emperor? I act as an observer throughout the Emperor. What a frightening implication. Thanks.
Come on, I haven't got all day to stand around and talk to you.
Are you a Redoran as well? I don't know you. What do you want? I am Tanel Farron, healer and lawman of the Great House Redoran. Okay. This where you're hanging out? I assume so. Steel frost sword. No. Keep your paltry things. Spoon. Spoon! I'm just saying that I personally would not have a whole basket and stick one spoon in it. Perhaps that's a failing on my part. Maybe it's a sign of some moral weakness which I had heretofore not acknowledged in myself. But maybe not, eh? So, let's head back downstairs and see if we can get to the basement and see if there's any hint there as to what is actually happening in this place and why people are attacking us. I don't think it's just because of our winning personality. Yeah, that is the way I came.
You will die!
That two of you? Are we just two very similar looking people? Guess we'll find out whether I should check your name tags. Yeneth and Girith. Not even the same family name. Alright, well, sorry for the whole, death thing. In my defense, I didn't start it. Just a Dunmer cuirass. Fine. Health appears okay. Maybe they just liked hanging out because they did look very similar. Sort of it'd be a bit weird to turn up at your job and find there was another person who looked very much like you. I'm going to do that or that. Do that. Thank you, brain. Very obedient of you. Extravagant pants. Always worth it. In many ways, I kind of approach Morrowind a bit like I'm some sort of rogue haberdasher. Point of security. Nice. No point taking a bargain fatigue because I'm not too fatigued most of the time, and I don't remember to use it even when I am. And bargain potions are just dreadful. If the physics engine was a bit more advanced, you'd be able to pick up... Oh, Ancestor Ghost. Pick up corpses and do something about them. Drag them around and hide them and stuff. Another one. There's a lesson there, Realm. Bugged fella, what it is. Life sucks, then you die, possibly. Sounds about right. Oh, Relamu. I apologize.
You will suffer greatly.
So they tell me. And I'm sure you're right. But probably not at your hand. I've noticed that this sword, or at least the pattern with which I fight with it at, tends to get people fairly slowly to half health and then do a big chunk. I'm not complaining anyway. It's quite handy. But it's interesting. Something to do with the way that the combat has been tweaked, maybe? Roll of healing? Sure, sounds good. Glass dagger? Excellent. Amulet of light. Pointless, but sellable. 2 common boots. As they should be, I suppose. 1 common boot being a bit futile. Hello? With you in a moment. Time will resume shortly. Nathan, thank you for your money. Most of your friends haven't had any money. Such a shame. I didn't pick up the last piece of bone mold either, but at this point I can't actually support much more of it. 14, the 300, 450. That pick I don't want. That helps a lot. .2 for 10, fine. 1 for 1. I mean, not much weight, but not much point either. For 150 is definitely worth hanging on to. So that's 9 for 250. 20 for 300 is just 1.5. I think it was grave goods. That's a bit more than 1.5. Amulet. I have a lot of random amulets. I have a lot of random stuff. Full stop if I'm honest. Full stop. Still, that's a few points. That'll keep me going for a while.
You will die!
Yeah, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, stwang. Interesting. Always take rising force. Was there no downstairs here? There is usually a downstairs to these places, but maybe not to this one. Well, it looks like we've murdered just about everyone in the castle. Go us.
Let's hear it.
I killed everyone? Yes, me again. Are you also a Redoran? You are. I am Tevin Athin, barbarian and lawman of the great house Redoran. Well, just to let you know, if the people inside were bandits or your enemies or cultists or anything, I've cleared the place out for you. If they were your friends, haha, tasteless little joke, don't mind me. Moving on swiftly now.
You in.
You look a little flamey. What's going on here? Unnamed crossbowman. Interesting. Very curious. I wonder what that was about. This is useless, isn't it? Yeah, Nordic trash. I also wonder vaguely why the crossbowman had red eyes. Yes, I know there was a few gold there, I couldn't be bothered. Okay, well, thank you, Marandus. It's been vast. I think I think the same thing to do is use Periate's amulet. Do I have to put it on? I don't remember. I guess so. To get back to Pelaged. And then from there, once I remember which way out of here it is, that's there. Then sprint back to Balmora. And go and give Rannis the good news that we were able to sweet talk her chum. To the point of actually paying up rather than having to slaughter her. Which is surely a plus. Oh, did I need to... rising force out of this well or something? I've got plenty of divine intervention. Divine intervention will definitely take me up to the fort up top. Let's see where Ancivy intervention... Ancivy might take me to... Actually, Whittle take me to... somewhere out of the way. Oh, can I not cast scrolls while I'm in the water? That's aggravating. Fine. Am I actually able to get up into that thing? I don't remember. Divine intervention up to Pelaged Fort. And let's select something else to be there in case I accidentally trigger it. Head back to Balmora. Tell Rannis that we have her dues and she can strike Manwe off her murder list. And then call it there, because I've been going for a little while and there are things that still have to happen, like life. Much as I might prefer that life happened a little less, it does still insist on being an ongoing sort of thing. And then next time round we'll probably go see Creeper and flog some stuff. I'll try to remember that I want to keep that cuirass. Might go to Seydanine and to the house and drop that off in my assorted chest of stuff. Drop off some of the alchemical stuff. Consider whether I want to keep that sword. We did tell you that your chap had agreed to meet you, didn't we?
If there's anything I can ever do for you, I would be happy to. Soon I will be with Nalos, and all will be well.
Okay. the fact he's left you out here waiting for a couple of weeks isn't a great sign. But I suppose the fresh air is good for you. You do you. So it's always a nice stroll from Pelagia to Balmora. It's a lovely little route, full of greenery and strange mushroom trees and demented noble women of a sort of Daggerfellian vibe. And dwarven ruins. You know where you are with a dwarven ruin. You know, plus scribs. What's not to love? And since I'm just running randomly through the countryside with nothing much to do except painstakingly babble about things I see on screen, one of the things that struck me about Michael Darkness, who I mentioned briefly earlier, is how reminiscent that name is of some of the names in Killer 7, and just how utterly demented Killer 7 was. The one that springs to mind particularly is Greg Nightmare, who, as I'm sure you'll remember, was the US Secretary of Education who used his influence over schools to work with me here, seize complete control of the USA, and was trying to turn it into a personal dictatorship based on a scroll that he read briefly. I'm sure the plan sounded better in his mind. No, did I train something in here? Sorry. But yeah, and there are plenty of other insane names in Killer 7 as well, like Kess Bloody Sunday and Jaco Checkbox and Trevor Pearl Harbor and stuff. Very stylish game. If you want something to do, I suggest looking up Super Great Friend's excellent playthrough of it, which is very calm and wryly humorous. And
have you convinced Lara Bariloth to join us? And what of Manwe's guild dues?
Who's Lara? I have Manwe's guild dues. You're the first journeyman to get Manwe to pay her dues. I knew I could rely on you. Did you also convince Lara Bariloth to join us? No, Sullibund. And where is Sullibund? Further along from Penabi. Excellent. I did use my time wisely, didn't I? Go me. Yeah, I'll get right on that, Marandus. Thanks. I think we'll lament our mistakes and leave things there. Like I said, go check out Super Great Friend's playthrough of Killer 7 if you want some truly impenetrable but visually stylish and very amusingly commentated stuff. A lot of Super Great Friend's stuff is excellent. He tends to be calm and humorous. Probably the first Let's Play I ever watched was a Super Great Friend Let's Play. So, in many ways, he's to blame for all of this. And that was probably Deadly Premonition, thinking about it. And, you know, if you like Morrowind, you'd probably find a lot to like in Deadly Premonition as well.
The good Telvanni is a dead Telvanni.
Sensible policies for a happier Morrowind. Still, that's all by the by. I hope you have a pleasant week. that the world is kind to you specifically and to those you care about, that nothing horrendous happens too much, and that you're able to set the general horror of world bullshit aside for a bit and have as good a time as you're able. I'll be back next week, but thanks for listening. Drop a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.